I want everyone to know it's really important that you know that at no point has anyone in this conversation or on the stream discussed yeeting their cat. I think that's very important that you know this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Assassination of Primarch Magli Blackice. My name is Matthew Camille, also known as Vanish X-Zone. This is the stream. It's one of our Sagas of the Shimmering Seas series. What? A whole series? Yeah, I know. It's crazy. We've got 3 games on streamed right now. On streamed, online games that you can check out. One is this one. It's right here, right now. And if you are here, you are watching it. What? We've also got one on Sundays. They're kind of taking over where this group took off, because they're in Ray C, this hometown. Although admittedly, some of you are there still, but nonetheless, they're there, kind of trying to figure out how to do things with a certain Magli. It's all a mess. Anyway, and then we've also got another game on Thursday mornings. What? Yes, we do. It's all good stuff. You should check out some of the other stuff. We have a lot of fun here. Yeah, let's dive right on in. Who's got a belief for me? I don't know why I say that. Every time I say that, there's like this expectation in the air of like, is someone gonna raise their hand or say yes? I'm gonna ask all 4 of you, so it doesn't really matter. I should just like do it in order, but I always say, who's got a belief for me? Like I'm some sort of, never mind. Faye, how you doing? Juniper got a belief?
Yeah. It might be a little simplistic, but I feel like we're up against the maelstrom. So Juno wants to use the magic of intent to help get everyone through the maelstrom alive.
What a powerful, powerful, powerful tool. You have rules for the magic of intent now. Is
Yes,
it as
I do.
powerful as I advertised?
Yes, but just as risky, which is fun.
Yes. Excellent. Sarah, does Thomas have a belief?
Sorry, I'm muting. Yes. So he trusts the crew and Oceana and Juniper and Kaz to basically, because of all the prep that he's seen Juniper doing too, and of course Kaz and her muscles, to get them safely through the maelstrom. So he's going to look to the future, and he's going to specifically focus on trying to keep Oceana and what's her name? Kaza?
Yeah, Kaza. QAZ.
Kaza? Yeah, her first mate. Safe, so that when they get through the maelstrom, there will still be leadership and people who know how to drive the boat and things that will be able to get them home and not just survive one storm.
You know, that's not a bad idea. I like that. So you have a particular interest in protecting 2 particular people. I love it. That's awesome. Sawin, how you doing?
My belief is a continuation of last week's belief, which is to continue or finish up the prep work that I need to do to keep somebody trapped in my mind, but also I want to add on making sure that weird shit does not go down at this party this evening. And maybe giving Mela a hand, aka a slap of greater restoration. That's it.
I love how, like, you know, cure wounds like evolved, or actually not even cure wounds. I think like bardic inspiration evolved gradually from like, you know, I'm going to, you know, sing a song of their praises to like, I slap his butt and inspire him for a D8. It's just like, this is the way we're at now. This is the world we're in. Fair enough. I'm down. Kaz, you're up.
Well, mine is also pretty simple, and that is that I want to keep everyone safe through the storm. In particular, Thomas and Juno.
So you have a particular interest in Thomas and Juno.
Yes.
Thomas has a particular interest in Kaza and Oceana. Juno has a particular interest in the magic of intent. As someone who has never had muscles, I have a pressing question. Do muscles keep you warm?
I wouldn't know, but
no, they actually make you colder because you have less body fat because you've been burning it, so it's important to try to stay warm.
Okay, good to know. Well, I guess I'm whatever. Moving on with my life.
Also, I was not trying to burn anybody. I thought you were asking that theoretically.
I mean, I was, but I was also.
I'll show myself out.
I'm gonna move forward. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to stick there. My bad. Okay. The maelstrom is coming, or rather, you are going towards it. It is inevitable. It's between you and where you're heading, and as you approach, its size seems to expand. It expands not just past the edges of your vision, it expands past the edges of the spyglass's vision. It expands in all directions, and it seems endless. This dark, amorphous cloud is sort of the core of it. You see it rising in the sky and looking down on you, sneering with disgust. And yes, there is rain coming from there. And yes, you see the clouds illuminate with lightning and thunder, but you see it in weird colors, reds and purples. And suddenly, a wave that has no right to be there just launches itself into the sky. And for a second, you would swear you see a figure inside the wave, struggling to breathe or struggling to come alive. And then the wave crashes it back down into the surf, leaving nothing but the memory of this weird image before you. This is the image that faces the three of you and the crew of the carving knife. Oceana stands on the deck with her crew, looking ahead. She turns back, and she begins to make a speech. The speech is warm. It's good. It feels inspiring. It feels moving. And it definitely helps to bring people together. But speeches are not going to save us here. The chaos through which we are about to sail is a doom that we bring upon ourselves. What do each of you do to do your final preparations before the storm?
I can go first.
Let's hear it.
Juno is going to, like what I mentioned this earlier, but Juno's going to really quick ask to borrow the feather that she has given to Kaz, and she's going to take off a little piece of it and fashion it into a makeshift needle as her focal point for her magic of intent spells.
Mm.
And then give back the feather. And she's going to spend as much time as possible meditating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Reasonably speaking, I'll give you 3 hours, if that's all right.
Okay.
You want to make that wisdom saving throw for me?
Yes. If I can find my.
Sorry. Before we calculate that, we need the intent. What you're trying to do.
Oh, right. She is going to try to, if this is possible,
Go for it.
Like infuse the crew with like faith or like a sort of like an indomitable will, like the faith that they will get through this kind of thing. So kind of, I guess, in practical senses, like having an advantage on the Maelstrom's wisdom saving throw or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Probably a charisma saving throw in this case, but yeah, absolutely. How much advantage do you want to give them? You want to give them the advantage die? Is that your intention?
Yeah, that's her intention.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, or should it be like a plus 1d4, like a paladin would have or a cleric would have?
That's interesting. I mean, we can do a plus number if you want. We could do a plus 1d4. That would be probably between 2 and 3 would be what that would be, because it has a random chance element. You can get up to plus advantage. It's just it's difficult, right? The more powerful you want this to be, the more difficult it's going to be.
So maybe in that case, like add a d4 or a d6 roll, maybe?
Sure. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. So that instead, just so it's not like a thing that's going to get rid of her tails, because I don't want that.
I'm not gonna get rid of a tail.
Okay.
I like your tails. Okay, cool. And you want this to last for the length of the storm?
Yes. So that's going to be where the most power is going to be focused, really.
Mm-hmm. And then you want this to be, I think we would call this a crowd.
Yes.
Okay. But it's only one ability, yes?
Yeah, just the one ability.
Yeah, just the Christmas signature. Okay, cool. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Okay. Yeah. Go for that meditation.
Okay. So it's a wisdom saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
See, I should have put my stats into wisdom. Oh, well.
I mean, the magic of intent calls on all your stats in some way, depending on what you're doing.
It does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks like a success to me. Yeah. Awesome. Good. Yeah, so you've got those, you can get those three bonus dice. Anything else that you're doing here?
And I think she'll use her needle.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a two bonus dice object.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's move from here now to like into the narrative. Yeah. What does this look like?
So this looks like Juno is going to weave it into the rigging of the ship.
Can you describe this for me?
Yeah. So I think she'll have to climb the rigging a little bit, just a few steps.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to take out the needle and kind of draw on that magic to thread it through, and use the holes in the rigging as kind of like embroidery holes, mm-hmm. To make a stronger thread of the spell. Mm. So long as it holds in the rigging, the spell will last through the storm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
So she has to go across.
So you're tying it to the strength of the boat itself as well.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. Let's roll to see how this goes, although I won't tell you how it goes until we narrate it.
Of course.
So this is going to be, I believe, for my calculations, 24d6.
Okay, so that's a 71.
I got the count. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Well, we will see how this goes. So everyone sort of looks, and you see Juno sort of intently focusing on this needle that seems to be pulling a thread, but the thread is invisible to you. But you can see sort of the effects of the thread. Every once in a while, it tightens on something and then lets it settle, and tightens on something and lets it settle. It's almost, you have to be paying close attention to see this, because otherwise, this is just the wind, right, moving the rigging a little bit. But sometimes it moves just a little bit against the wind, but the wind is whipping around, so maybe, but she keeps on doing it. She keeps on focusing on it, and she keeps on doing it, and she keeps on focusing on it, and seeing this needle weave in and out. Seems like she's doing something. She's certainly focusing intently. Thomas, do you have something you want to do to prepare for the storm?
Juno had about 3 hours to do her thing, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Good, because his battery is a short rest battery. So I think I know a lot of what I have him do is admin, but he's just gonna not get too sentimental about it. But he's gonna write a short note to Solon and just kind of have it read, we're heading into the maelstrom now. It's bearing down on us, and kind of describe to the best of his ability what it looks like, just, for posterity. And just describe like the mood among the crew, and, everyone is resolved to do this as far as we can tell. Juniper has been up in the rigging preparing something. If we don't make it through this, it's been a privilege to know you, and I can't speak for Juniper and Kaz, but I'm sure they feel the same. And please tell him, if you can, that I'm sorry. And if you can't if you can't save Racy, burn it to the ground. Best regards, 11 kisses, Thomas.
Okay.
And he's gonna send that off, and then bundle his stuff up, make sure all of his papers get put in his map case that should be waterproof, and kind of just make sure there's not going to be a lot of stuff flying around. Mwah, blow a kiss to the mattress. And he's going to go up on deck and kind of just try to stay out of the way or make himself useful or whatever would be best.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful. Kaz, what about you?
Yeah, so I'm going to spend the rest of my time trying to further perfect our enhanced magic circle here. So with the feather, I know what limit not to cross, but the problem is I don't know when to start amping it up. So I think I'll keep training in the way that Juno showed me, but I think I'm also gonna go to Porpor to see if he's got any advice, and also give him an update on the progress I've made.
Yeah, so Porpor, they look at you as you come in, and I think they've got like their goggles on, and like one of them has like a huge magnifying glass in it, so his eye is just like enlarged. He's got they've got the crazy mad scientist vibe, and they look at you and they say, "Oh, you're bigger." Oh no. Hi.
Hi. Busy?
Just prepping for everything.
Yeah. Which is why I came here. So I don't know if you've ever heard of using magic in this way, and I kind of described to him how Juno taught me how to amplify my magic.
Nope.
Okay. Great. Great. Cool. No tips? You don't have any idea?
Oh, you're asking about like fundamentals?
Yeah. I feel like
be sure of yourself.
Be sure of myself.
It's amazing how much one can change the state of the world with confidence.
That sounds really too simple to be the solution, but I'll take your word.
Well, I'm not a magician. I'm an alchemist. I mix things. I put things together and see what happens.
Right. Okay.
I mean, if you want like magical advice or something like that, you should, I don't know, talk to someone else.
Yeah, I guess I was just wanting reassurance, but probably went to the wrong place.
Well, if you're looking for reassurance, have confidence.
Okay.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Scared? Never. No, not at all.
What's the hardest thing you've done?
Do you really want to know?
No, I want you to think about it.
Okay. Okay, good.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Imagine that situation.
Okay.
Now, realistically think about this. How many sailors have sailed through storms?
A lot.
How many people have done the hardest thing that you've done?
I hope not many, but probably a good number.
More or less than the sailors.
Probably less.
So
Definitely
then
less.
you've done something that's harder than sailing through a storm.
It's a magical storm. Okay, I get what you're trying to say.
Look, I can't like tell you that this is an easy storm to sail through. You want like blind faith?
No.
Well, I'll give you some anyway. Are you dead?
No.
Are you good at what you do then?
Usually.
You've lasted this long without dying.
Yes.
Then what's to make you think that now's the time?
I'm not worried about me dying.
What are you worried about?
I'm worried about others dying.
Loss is hard. Tough cookies.
Which is why I was hoping maybe this spell would help. But I guess
Like a good thing to do. I mean, that's why I spent all that time enchanting that dust or whatever.
Yes. It feels like all there's left to do is to just do it, and that's nerve-wracking.
You do it if you do it. You know, sometimes the truth of the matter is that at some point there's nothing else you can do to prepare. All you can do is let the dice roll and see what comes up.
That's probably sound advice.
There's this guy who told me that once.
Oh, really?
Yes. He was weird. He told me that.
Oh, sounds like a wise person.
Maybe. Mostly I just thought he was weird.
Well, I should probably make sure I actually set up the magic circle before the storm hits.
I'll say this as my last bit of confidence-inspiring advice for you. With the amount of preparation that you've done, it strikes me as deeply unlikely that anything you're going to do will make it worse.
You know, that was actually very reassuring.
I'm just saying, like, you're either going to make it better with this spell or nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
You're not like a pirate. If you were a pirate, then at this point in the conversation, I would offer you a drink. But you're not a pirate, so I don't know if I'm supposed to offer you a drink still.
I'm not a pirate, and as much as that would probably kind of help calm my nerves, I probably shouldn't.
Okay. And reaches under the bed and pulls out like a beaker of ale and just like...
That's fair.
Excellent.
And then I guess the last thing I'll do is just actually prep the spell but that'll be like right before because it takes like a minute to
I want to actually, I would like you to do it now.
Okay.
Even though it's not right before, just because I think that like narratively the way we're going to play this out is like we're going to see what you guys do and how it all affects everything.
Okay.
Let's see. You are Kaz. What spell are you casting?
Magic circle.
Okay. Do you yet have 4th level slots?
I do not.
Okay. If you did, then you could cast it at a 4th level and get a more powerful effect. But nonetheless, we have already improved the effect of this rather dramatically. So,
I don't think we decided, but what was the new radius?
The size of the ship.
Okay.
Was what you were shooting for. and so I made all your successful rolls based on that. And you were very successful in your rolls. So, from that perspective, our scene cuts. We flash back to the city. It's raining in the city too, but it's not a reality-bending storm. There's no colors in the sky. It's just rain. Rain in a foggy city. It's downpouring, though, quite heavily, and umbrellas are spotting us as our camera looks down and heads towards the grand ball party that we're going to be in attendance at. It zooms in for a second on Samhain's face, and then zooms out, and we see the illusion surrounding it. Samhain, what's this illusion that we see?
I look like a bearded dragon, lizard folk.
Mm-hmm. I love it. And you're at this party.
Before we get to the party,
Sure.
like before we leave the house, Sawa's just gonna go indulge me, and then he's just gonna touch Mella's arm and cast Greater Restoration on her.
Yeah. What are you? Fine.
You can't go to a party and have a cough. It's bad manners.
Oh, you're right. It's right. It's good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Wait, do you feel better?
I feel fine, okay? It's just a cough. This is the sort of thing that happens when you're old like me, okay? I get that the youth of the world like you think that you are invincible, but I have come to terms with the fact that someday I'm going to die.
Yeah, I understand that we all have mortality. But I really don't want Juno to come home to bad news, is what I'm trying to drive at. And you still have many, many years left.
Look, I'll take a cough drop or something. I'm sure it'll be fine, okay?
So him touching her did nothing. She still has this cough.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. He's gonna think that maybe he needs to like let it sit, let the magic sit for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah. So we cut to shots of the party. We see dancing figures. It's not a masquerade ball, but everyone's sort of done up to the nines, and people are sort of doffing their cloaks as they come in, their weatherproof gear, dancing. There's a lot of twirling in the current dance crazes for the nobles. And a lot of people are there. There's couches in various places and sitting rooms and sort of private off to the side rooms where liaisons might occur. And it's quite the event, quite the party-filled thing at the Proudwater estate.
Oh, just as an aside, Samhain does have the actor's seat now, so
perfect. So, okay. I will in no way, shape, or form have anyone be successful in penetrating your disguises without like severe magical reasons.
Yeah. Yes.
Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Excellent. So as you enter, as Mella's assistant, you are entering with her, much as Juno has in the past for these sorts of things. And your form is dressed to a higher class degree than your form has ever been dressed to before. This illusion of yours, not as nice as you've dressed before, of course, but still nicer than your illusion is dressed, clearly. And as you enter, a woman that you may know, Madame Proudwater, comes up to you, and she's smiling. from literally session 1. Sorry, just for clarity's sake.
Oh, okay. So
You
like
broke into this house
you only
once.
know her basement, really.
Theoretically, yeah. I think if I remember correctly, you Sawin charmed your way in through a party that was going on upstairs, so you may have met her at some point. Um, I'll also add that you are fully aware that Madame Proudwater here is a like not on the council, but a rich mofo who supports the Primarch financially. And she comes up and she's wearing the most like bland smile and her eyes are like dead. And she like walks up and she says, Mela, how nice to see you. How are you? Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine, thank you. A little bit of a cough. If you'd like to sit, there's a sitting room. If you'd like to rest, I can also have the servants bring you tea. No, no, I'm fine. Are you feeling well? Madam Proudwater? Yes, I feel fine. I feel very fine. I feel fine in all ways right now. Very well, very well. Are you sure you would not like some tea? Oh, I guess I could do with some tea. I'll bring it to the sitting room for you then. Over there, she points. Okay. And Mela starts to walk into the room as Madame Proudwater bows and walks away. And Mela looks at you and says, she's not normally likely to act like that.
No, she's not. And then like someone's just gonna like lead in really, really close and be like, I think Child Yemis might be at her stuff again.
Certainly possible. There's too many messy things going around here, and it's difficult to determine. I feel like every time I turn around, someone has too much power. No one is just himself anymore. Present company included, but not in the derogatory part.
Noted. You wound me. Well, I suppose we shall adjourn to the sitting room.
Yes, I actually I do find myself slightly short of breath.
Do we need to excuse ourselves from the party?
No, it would be bad if I left before the Primarch showed up, but shortly after he leaves, perhaps he should, if his schedule is accurate, he'll be here in 45 minutes, so we can leave in an hour.
If you feel worse and we cannot make the 45 minutes, then we might have to visit a friend of Sawin's who indulges, if you will, in specialties.
Fuss over me. It's just a bit of old age. I swear I'm fine. I am fine. I'm
I hand her like a handkerchief.
She quickly covers her snout.
Yep. And then like Sawin is just gonna lean over to see if anything's like troubling in the handkerchief.
Yeah, she tries to hide it from you, so this will be contested. Her sleight of hand versus your perception. But let's see what her sleight of hand is.
Not better than mine.
+1.
And you said perception?
Nat 20 though. Okay, go for it.
Fuck. Okay. 15.
She thank you. I'll get this cleaned. Let's go to the sitting room, and she like hides it in her pocket.
I've got my arm, you stepwise. I'll just lead her into the room.
Yes, you enter into the room, and in the room you see a couple of different people. Some nobles, some rich people, some merchants, some some middle to upper class people in general. Um,
Mhm.
but as you enter, a hush sort of falls over the room for a minute. Um, and your presence seems to have ceased some sort of conversation. Lady Iria um, is sitting down there, her gown sort of splayed elegantly around her, sitting with perfect posture, and she looks up and she says, Mela, good to see you. Why don't you join us? Mela comes and sits down.
Okay.
It's mm,
Oh, while this is happening, can like Samhain think to Oslos and go, "Hey, that lady that we just spoke to, was that child Yemis? Could you
um,
tell?"
well, I certainly would be able to tell if a god was involved. No, that was a very, very powerful curse. To put this mildly, I think that I would prefer not to engage in. I mean, if you need me to, of course, I will happily engage in countermanding a curse like that, and certainly should it come to you. But now that that curse is, shall we say, installed, to remove it would be quite difficult. She has angered someone who is really good at curses. Really good at curses. Like, look, I'm a god and I'm great at all things, and let's not ever forget that. But like, just to be realistic, the person who did this is maybe little bit better at cursing people, just cursing people, than I am.
Okay. Um, that's not well. I guess it's good that it's not the child. Who needs to be punted on the end of a cosmic boot in the first place. Um, but she's kind of an ass anyways, so I'm good to just let that sit.
Great, then I will
Unless
not
it's
get involved.
detrimental to us in the house, in which case then I will need to do something about it. But I mean, if she's but as long as it doesn't harm anybody else but her, I think I'm okay with it.
Excellent, then I will let it lie. Speaking of which, as of this moment, I believe that Child Yemis is uh, at least slightly uninformed as to our bond.
That is correct, I think.
hmm Uh,
I think the child knows something is up, because I might have snarked at her once or twice.
well,
um,
one of the things that I find most endearing about you, Sowen, is the fact that you are just snarky. And so it is perhaps that Child Yemis is, shall we say, uh, unaware. In order to keep it that way, my intention is to hide at this party should she arrive. I have the ability to do so. Should she, because if she was in the if she was in the presence of you and I was here, then she would be able to sense something through you unless I actively hide.
yeah, that's fair and fine.
While hidden, though, my powers are of, shall we say, more minor use to you. Um, so, if you are going to change this from a party to a fight, uh, I will not do so.
Okay, all right, duly noted. Duly noted. Um,
And I won't do it unless she shows up.
all right. Well, that's good because we might need to leave beforehand, given Milla's concerning cough.
Yes, it is concerning, isn't it?
Do you know something I don't know?
It clouds the air here. It's some sort of poison. Um,
Clouds the air, as in, like, I will soon become afflicted, or the other people in this party will become afflicted,
no. It
or
senses something else. I don't know how it's spread. It. This is gonna sound bizarre, but I can't imagine someone would do this. Although I guess I've seen a lot, and so I can imagine quite a lot. But it kind of looks as if someone took the plague and turned it from the plague into a directed poison of some sort.
oh dear. Okay. Um, we'll have to visit a friend of mine. If she can even do anything about it at all. Joys. The plate never gets empty, Osmos.
I know, there's so much to eat. Isn't that delicious? Speaking of which, and as he says, speaking of which, the door opens and in comes Lady Proudwater, carrying a pot of tea and a plate of cookies. And she comes in and she says, cookies for everyone and tea here for you, Madam Stepwise. Counselor, sorry, I apologize. And she sort of awkwardly holds it out, her arm shaking, clearly not used to holding out a pot of tea, and she holds it to you, Sawin.
Oh yeah, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Thank
My
you.
thanks.
Yeah, and so Sawin will make sure that Mel is seated, and he'll pour the tea, and then he'll just be like, "Do not drink the tea."
So Mela picks up the tea, and you see her sniff it and say, "Thank you, Lady Proudwater. I appreciate it. I appreciate it much. Of course, if there's anything else that I can do for you, for any of you, my wonderful guests, please do not hesitate to ask. I would do anything." She smiles and nods and turns around and walks out the door. Lady Iria looks around and says, friends all, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, but I find myself needing to be a little bit more restful. Would you mind just adjourning to another room? I would have words with Counselor Stepwise alone, if that's all right. And you see the nobles all sort of nod and stand, and one of them walks up to her and just reaches and shakes her hand, and she sort of shakes his hand delicately. And he says, I really I hear what you're saying. I will find a way. I promise this. That's very good of you, Clear Ocean. I really appreciate any bit of help. Helps us all.
What does that man look like?
Yeah, he is a lizard folk, and looks relatively wealthy. Dark green scales with a yellow belly, and wearing very nice robes, and with a weird spock of grayish puff that comes out of the nape of his neck. It's like he's wearing a neck warmer, but only in one part of his neck, and it may come out of him.
Okay. Was he trying to slip Lady Iria something into her hand when he shook her hand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, roll a perception check.
Yeah. That's a 22.
Yes. It was a small piece of paper.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, as an over the table question, I've been brought up to date with Lady Iria. Sawin's been brought up to date with Lady Iria, right?
Yeah.
Stuff going on with her. Okay. Kalor, aka Sawin, does not leave the room.
Oh. Lady Iria sort of looks at you for a second and looks at Mela significantly, and Mela looks at her and looks at you and says, "Oh, shit. What's your name again?" You're muted.
So I'll walk up to Lady Iria and I'll bow and I go, Sawin has sent me as a replacement for Dear Juno. My name is Kalor Riptide. Pleasure to be at your service, and likewise the counselors.
Oh, did someone choose to go on the voyage with them? I heard that he stayed behind.
I'm just gonna wink at her.
Yeah, she like looks at you and raises one eyebrow and winks again, knowing like pretty confidently that this is what's going on.
Okay.
And like is just wondering what lie you're telling really more than anything else.
He does get behind, but he has other business matters that he needs to attend to.
Of course, a very, very busy performer, of course, as always. And she flips open a thing and she passes the note to Mela that she was slipped to her. And Mela takes it. She says, she reads it and she looks back and she says, "Really? So he writes. That's a lot of gold. I decided not to turn him down." Yes. What are his interests? Diversified, mostly shipping and holdings. Some storage. Well, what do you think, Sawan?
Yeah, what's on the paper?
Yeah, hands you the slip of paper. It's a note promising like 200,000 gold in support of something that's undisclosed, because putting it in writing would be dangerous to put it in writing exactly, but it's pretty clearly a promissory note to Lady Iria.
Oh yeah, did she really just call me Sawin? Or
no, she didn't. Sorry, that was Matthew. My bad. Call her.
Okay. Okay.
No, she's much better than that. She's much better than I am.
Riptide is fine.
Yeah, Riptide, thank you. My bad.
Yeah, so who's this from? I'm sorry.
He's a very rich noble who learned that the way to maintain his wealth and prosperity was to go into becoming a merchant rather than just relying on his nobility. He is most likely playing both sides.
There's a lot of that going around, isn't there, Counselor?
You're telling me.
Who's the man? What's his name?
Clear Ocean. Sorry, Clear Ocean.
Well, I have my own colleague who is also likewise doing a similar task, but for me. I have heard, no, I'm gonna rephrase. Someone would rephrase that. I have heard that a bard is also considering diversifying their trade as well. It's a wise move in this economy, I find, if anybody were to ask me.
Yes, but I think we have reasonable suspicion on which side the bard will end up on. I don't feel like we have such clear suspicion here. Yes, but if the money comes, money is still money. We need it to help people.
I mean, I also had, bards are really good at procuring coin. So, what's that saying? Don't count all the eggs before they hatch. And then I'm also Sawan's also gonna make the comment that I don't really think it's wise to continue having a conversation presently in this room.
Yes. You are almost certainly right, Sawin.
Riptide.
Riptide, you are almost pleasantly always right, Riptide. It's good to meet you. And I hope that you are taking good care of Mela.
You sound like you have the same affliction that the dear counselor has. Do you also require assistance in leaving the party early and getting home and having rest at your home and fine tea brought to you?
tea was brought to me. She points at a thing, and it's not drunken from at all.
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah.
it was
Like,
provided graciously by the lady of the house.
yes. It was mainly talk. Never mind. You the counselor informed me that you two had lunch a week ago.
Yes. Yes. Just figuring out some logistics.
Okay. Yep. So Sawan's just gonna um how can I do this? How can I do this? Okay. I am going to cast tongues on both Mela and Lady Iria and just go I don't mean to be, and I'm just gonna start speaking in Sublime, like really, really low. I don't mean to alarm you. However, it has been brought to my attention that the both of you have been poisoned, probably at your lunch, and the somehow someone figured out a way to turn the plague into an actual poison. So, what I might need to do at this party is maybe have an accident happen so the both of you would not appear rude as in leaving early. And then I can get you both home. I will contact a friend of mine. I'll owe her another favor, but that's fine. It's a drop in the bucket at this point. And we'll get you on the mend, because this is a lot. But I don't think it's safe for either one of you to be here, especially if your conditions are worsening.
How certain are you that we are poisoned? Yes, I just have a light cough so far.
On a scale of 1 to godly, I would say godly. Certain.
Okay. Any knowledge as to why? You can see Lady Area is just like sweating a little bit.
Well, if I had to hazard a guess. And like Saw just gonna like stare at both of them.
Fair. Okay. Yeah, let's do that, obviously, before this becomes more than what we're currently dealing with. A substantial enough accident that warrants a departure, but not substantial enough to draw more attention to it, so that people don't feel obligated to follow us out. And I think as she says that, you hear suddenly a voice in your head. Osthos says, "Hey, Sawin, you know that decision I asked you to make earlier about hide or fight?
Yeah.
Make it."
Can we start a cooking fire in the kitchen?
You'll have to either do it with me and deal with the fact that Yemis will know, or do it without me.
Fuck. All right. You know, I think that this tea has gotten rather cold, and I find it really insulting that that the counselor in Lady Iria should be brought cold tea, so I shall excuse myself and have a word with the chef.
I love it.
Please do not, under any circumstances, leave this room until I come get you both.
So Sawin, you walk out the door to this room, heading towards wherever you're heading.
With the teapot. Yeah.
with a teapot, yeah, in your hand. And you
I make
just
it cold.
see like there's 3 kids. They're kind of running around playing tag, and one of them is Child Yamas.
Delightful. Yep, I'm just like, I'm gonna go about my business and think caloriptide thoughts. Like, I'm gonna think about, wow, this tea is extremely cold, and I'm gonna like think it in like the accent that I've adopted for Calor, and I'm just gonna pretend that she doesn't even exist.
Yeah. Can you make a deception check at advantage, please?
Oh yes. Yes. Deception check at advantage. Please tell me I did it.
That's a 33. Yes, you did it. Yeah. And you are making yourself your way towards the kitchen?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've made sure that like the teapot is like cold by this point.
Yeah. So you make it to the kitchen. There's a very weird thing in there. Lady Proudwater seems to be like stoking the fire, and like the chefs are sort of looking on and like, what the freak is going on? I've never seen any. Like they're very, and she's just like carefully like trying to get it like just right, very intently.
Yeah. What do I have at my disposal that can make this flare up without injuring her, but also make a bunch of smoke? Oops, sorry. I was trying to like figure out that's not what I thought it was. I've got prestidigitation.
That's pretty good at this level. You're level what, 10, 11?
Level 11.
Yeah, then you're at 3rd level prestidigitation. Yeah, you could make the fire work easily.
Oh yeah, we're level 12 now. I forgot.
Never mind. Sounds good to me. Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to do this in such a way that I do not hurt her,
Mm-hmm.
but I do want to like scare everybody to like leaving, and yeah. So this lasts for about an hour.
Cool. Yeah, why don't you make an Arcana check then to control this the way that you want to control it?
Oh god. His Arcana is
Or sorry, not Arcana. Charisma saving throw. Thank you. Sorry, your
Charisma saving throw at normal. Oh please. 25.
Yeah, no problem. Why don't you just describe to me how what this fire does, what it causes to happen, how people are likely to react?
Yeah, so what ends up happening is when she's like goes to like poke like a log or whatever, when the log shifts, I have the fire flare up, and then I have a bunch of smoke billowing out of the hearth basically, and I'm going to, what is around the hearth that looks
Yeah,
lit?
I mean it's like stoves and things like that for cooking mostly. There's food, there's a storage room. Are you trying to light something on fire? There's tables.
I don't really want to light anything on fire because I don't want somebody to get hurt. I just want it to look like something's caught fire.
Sure.
And it's going to like threaten to spread. And like when I walk, so then when like Calor walks it, or like as Calor is standing there looking at it, he'll drop like the teacup and go, "Oh my god, a kitchen fire!" and go running out.
Yeah, why don't you roll intimidation first then?
Oh, intimidation?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's magical intimidation, but it's still like you're using this.
25.
Beautiful. Yeah. So I think what happens first is like Lady Proudwater just like, oh, well, I seem to have gotten the fire higher. I hope that's whatever everyone wanted. And then the fire just starts like exploding around her, and she's like, and you say this with your intimidation, and like everyone's like scared by the magical fire, and like, oh my god, a kitchen fire, and like multiple of them start panicking and running for the door. And she just sort of calmly turns and starts walking towards the door.
Yep, that's enough of a cue to like actually leave. So then I'm gonna go back to the room and be like, it appears that there has been a kitchen fire, so it might be safer for us all to evacuate.
What is this? A kitchen fire in this house? Are we safe anywhere? What? This is so unreasonable. I cannot believe that this is the expectation. Yeah, Lady Ear is just like playing the beleaguered, privileged noble to the audience. Yeah, absolutely. And you guys start making an exit.
Cool.
And I think with that, we're gonna go check in on the boat.
Yeah, so that like someone goes, "Oh, well, would you be so kind as to honor us with a nightcap at Milla's house?" Like, as like,
of course. After, I mean, I think I needed to settle my nerves after this fiasco that this party has. It's all the smoke. It's all the smoke.
Good.
The smoke is nowhere near the side of the room yet, but you know. Yeah. And you guys head back to Mella's, and we cut back to our boat. And the storm is upon us. And we'll see it when we get back from break. Marcus? Marcus? Did Marcus supposed to be here? Hey everyone, sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties during the break, but we have solved it. We also got a card reading during the break, and someone's cards continue to be disturbingly accurate. In case you're curious, as always, I'd like to take a moment here at the top of the second part of the show to encourage you, yes, you, whoever you may be, to do something nice for someone today, whatever that may be. I don't know who you are. I don't know what your life is like, but I guarantee you that on some level you are in a position where you can help someone. And I think that act of kindness is one that is vital and important, and possibly the just a pure good thing to do. So please try to find a way to help people, even if it's just one person today and one person tomorrow. Look for a way to help someone. As always, we've got other shows on this channel. This one's on Thursday. We've got another one on Thursday mornings if you're up early and or not at work or in a totally different time zone, as I found that one of our viewers in the morning is in a totally different time zone. They're in Europe. Nonetheless, we've got a show in the mornings. They are I don't know what they're doing right now. They're getting revenge for Mochi. If you met and liked Mochi, they are on a revenge quest right now, because let's be real, Mochi deserves revenge. Mochi was awesome, and we need to deal with that shaman who disintegrated him. Also, if you're asking about this and saying, what? Yes, I did cast Disintegration at a level 3 character. Do you have a problem with that? Good. You should. Okay. And also on Sundays, we've got a show as well. They just saved a certain cursed person. I hope they all make it out alive. And we will see what happens with that very soon. So come check out the Sunday show as well. Good stuff all around. Back to it. You're in the thick of the storm. Lightning crashes every direction. There is weird colors, weird everything, shining lights. Suddenly it's bright as day, and then black beyond the deepest parts of the ocean. The water just crashes everywhere. Everything is chaotic. I need all three of you to make acrobatics checks, and then I need all three of you to roll 1d100. I'm sorry, 1d1000. Because sometimes 1d100 isn't enough for me.
So I'm guessing my training with song, is it going to help here?
It is. With your acrobatics check, you will have advantage.
Okay.
$17. Yeah, nice. That is success.
Faye's having difficulty with the character sheet.
If you would like to roll real dice and tell me what you roll, you should feel free to do that if you have it.
Ooh, you want to roll real dice?
Yeah, hold on.
Well, I'll go first. We said it was acrobatics.
Acrobatics. 15 is also a success on a roll.
Thank God. And the other one?
1d1000.
Oh my God. Anything where I have to type in code, I'm like really useless.
It's /R and then space 1d1000.
Oh my God, it worked.
Yep.
Do you want me to roll your 1d1000?
I can do that. Okay. I can't scroll down on roll 20.
Okay.
With this, so I can't access my character sheet at all.
Okay, hold on 1 second, Juniper, while I pull up your character sheet for you, and then see if that does anything for you.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem. Here to help.
I also can't use half of the keys on my.
We will
keyboard,
make do.
So...
We're having some tech problems, world. Don't worry about it too much. We're just having tech problems. Is that a 767 that I see there?
Yes, that was mine.
Okay, let me see if this works.
Oh, intriguing.
1, 2, 3. I love that.
123. Beautiful. Hold up. Run result number 123.
Just the fact that a D1000 is in play makes me so nervous.
No, I'm comfortable with that. And actually, I need to roll one for Oceana as well.
clean up the carpet. Can I let him in?
8-8. Thank you, everyone, for your patience.
Clean a little too long. Come on.
Oh God. Okay. Cool. Okay. So here's the deal, Juniper.
Oh, great.
The storm is rollicking. The storm is rocking. The storm is shoving you in all directions. The storm is not your friend. You are attempting to do your darndest to resist this storm with your magics. But I think, unfortunately, as you know, maybe you don't know, the magic of intent, as it stands right now, is not enough. If you want to spend of yourself to increase the power of the magic of intent, you can attempt to do so, but it will cost something.
I'm so sorry because I was caught up with the multiple computers problem.
Yes, of course.
Was it supposed to do a dex save or an acrobatics check?
Acrobatics. I rolled it for you because your computer wasn't working, although if you would like to re-roll it, you succeeded. But either way, it's the same number, so you succeeded twice in a row. Good job.
Okay. So when you say, like, using my life essence, is that, like, gaining exhaustion?
It's hard to know.
God dang it! Oh, shoot. Yeah. Let's try to re-roll it.
Okay. Do you want to do the half measure or do you want to go the full reroll?
What's a half measure?
The half measure gives you 2 more dice. Two more dice to this. The full reroll gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more dice to this.
Let's do the partial.
Okay. Yeah, you can go from partial to full. Can you roll 2d6 for me?
2d6? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see if it'll let me.
Nice. That puts you at exactly the threshold that you need for success. That's got to feel good. So the magic of intent is pulling you towards your knots. This weave that you have woven is pulling you into the air. Guys, you look around and you see Juno literally levitating off the ground. And for a second, you blink your eyes and it looks like lightning or maybe threads are wound around her and she is binding everyone on the boat together, pulling them together into some sort of unified purpose. We see in a flash the face of some sort of obsidian statue with amethyst eyes, expensive amethyst eyes, open its gaping maw, breathing flame coming out of it. It stops this flame. It doesn't touch the boat. It stops against the boat, and Kaz, you feel the power of your magic circle reject this demonic influence, reject this shift in reality. Something else comes from another side, and you feel pummeled again by the other side. The crew is holding together as best they can. They've got a plus a d6, I believe, on this roll. So let's see how they do on this immediately. But I need charisma saving throws from everyone. And everyone gets an additional d6 to this roll. Also, if you're near Kaz, which in this case is going to mean everyone on the boat, which is within the range of your magic circle, because that is part of the condition that you asked for, you get an addition to that as well.
Well, that's a 29 for me. My extra 6 critted.
Nice.
That's a 36 for me.
Damn! Make a warlock feel insecure.
23 from me. And what is your charisma bonus, Kaz, add to everyone else?
+4.
+4. Nice. So that's actually 36 for you. Is that actually a 36 for you? Or is that a 40 for you?
40.
40 for you. Nice.
No, I don't get my own bonus.
Oh, you don't? Okay, so you're at 36 for you.
Yeah.
Faye, you are, sorry, Juno, you are at 24. That's 28. Good. That's very good. And Sarah, you are at 29 +4 is 33. Excellent. I, with the crew, am at a paltry 23, which is not enough. Okay. The storm continues, and you look and you see the sailors trying to corral the boat. It's treating it like it's a normal storm in some ways and hoping that the rest of you can deal with the magic. Oceana calls out orders, avast the mainsail, whatever fishing things people say that I'm not even going to try to pretend to know. And the crew is just running around panically doing things when suddenly Porpor, the goblin, comes over and just sort of starts tugging on Kazan's shoulders, cloth garb, and looks at you.
What is it?
I feel like something's happening. I feel like I'm fading away.
What?
I feel like I'm fading away. Can you not hear me over the lightning crash?
No, I hear you, but shit. Okay. Oh man. Can I tell what's happening to him? Is there any visual effect?
Yeah, he seems to be becoming like slightly intangible and slightly see-through.
Okay.
And I want you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. 26.
Great, you're fine. But you feel as if something's almost tugging at your memory of him.
Shit. Okay. I have no idea if this is going to work, but it will cost me dearly if it doesn't. I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic.
Mm-hmm. On him.
On him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. This is not something that will automatically work. It is a roll. So if you could roll a d20 plus your charisma modifier, this is not a saving throw. Nor is it anything else. However, the spell that has been cast gives you an additional d6.
D20, D6, and then charisma.
Mod.
Oh my god! That's so bad. So 7 plus 11. 11 total.
I don't really see how I can hold on.
Shit. Oh my god. I'm gonna try it again. Can I try it again?
Yeah, you've got one more try.
Fuck.
You see him fading. His hand sort of grabs yours, but you can feel your hand sort of sinking into his intangible flesh as he fades slowly away.
Oh my god, this is not meant to happen.
What the fuck?
This is not meant to happen. 9. Are you kidding me?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Okay. Is this happening to anyone else around me?
Kaza is near you, shouting orders, and then suddenly, like, starts gargling.
All right. I mean, he's going to go to her and try the Heimlich.
Yeah. Suddenly, just like this spewing of mud just comes out of the throat. Like she had tried to swallow it, but you know that she hadn't. And thank you.
How long has this been happening? How much time has passed since this started?
Like seconds.
Fuck. if I did the Heimlich thing, I won't be able to use my reaction because that would have been a reaction. Fuck.
Mhm.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I don't have a certain page up that I needed.
No worries. No worries.
I'm sorry. Fuck, I don't know. He's gonna try to do it again to just buy himself another couple seconds
Mhm.
to figure
Yeah,
this
absolutely. So you spend your turn physically trying to do the Heimlich. Can you roll a strength saving throw?
out. My specialty.
You get a +4.
It's true. You do.
Okay,
Also plus
so
a d6.
20,
Plus a d6.
23.
So Kaza just like spews out, and there's mud all over this like, and just it looks like wet earth all over the deck of the ship. And Kaza just sort of falls down and looks up at you and says, "It's coming from inside. It's coming from inside. It's coming from inside."
I'm trying to think. Okay, is anyone else around us?
Yeah, I mean, the whole crew is trying to work hard. Oceana's shouting orders. You glance out of the side of your eye and you see something you've never seen before. Oceana literally is like screaming at someone, "No, get that, get that!" And that person has dropped it. And Oceana just like disappears from your sight and appears where she wanted the person to grab it, and grabs the rope and falls back down, dragging it and tying it where it's supposed to be tied. And like and then like grabs and supports the person who she almost lost to the ocean, tearing around trying to save people.
Okay. He's gonna see if this helps. He's going to cast water breathing on himself, Kaza, and the next closest 8 people within 30 feet of them.
Yeah, of course. Perfect. Yeah. So you see as Kaza like starts to have panic in their face again, their eyes just going wide, and like they feel this, and then you cast a spell touching them and casting it, and suddenly they're like, it's still there, but I can breathe through it. I can breathe through it.
Just hold on a little bit longer.
Thank you. Yes. Back to.
Can I try to do like an Arcana check to see if like any, or I don't know what the check would be, but to see if like the things that are moving in the waves, if anything happened right before that happened?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Like, he's not great at it. 18.
This storm is of chaos itself. Everything is going wild. It's not that it's triggered by anything necessarily other than the storm. You know, this is it's the saving throws and throwing yourself into it and belief and all this stuff wild into one.
What happened to the person who dropped that line?
It was no one important. It was one of the people that's unnamed. But they've been brought back down. They're sort of looking back at Oceana and like holding onto the line as like they were told to do. And Oceana has again teleported right back to the mainstay of the ship.
Okay. All right. He's gonna try to get next to her if he can. Yeah,
she looks at you and she says, I don't know where this came from, but I can do it. So I'm gonna. And then suddenly a loud gong sounds. Juniper, you are there as well. You look around and you see just this water spout in the ocean coming straight for the side of the ship. This tornado that's filled with water, a cyclone, and it's coming straight at the ship. It feels totally bizarre because the ship keeps on shifting and moving and trying to power its way through the storm, but this water spout is just charging towards the entirety of the ship, preparing to try and wreck it and destroy it if it can.
Okay. So in that case, I'm stalling so I can open this
Right?
document.
Oh yeah, sure, that's right.
Would I feel like it would be God moding?
Do it. If ever there was a time to God mode, it's when the DM is throwing literal raw chaos at you in its unformed, magical way and has given you the tools to God mode. I'm just saying go for it, but do what you feel is right for Juniper.
I want her to try the sorcerer's weapon.
Okay. Let's do it.
Because I know that it's got like reality shifting stuff going on there.
Hell yes, it does. Okay, you want to summon a sorcerer's weapon. Awesome. Who do you want this to work on? Or who or what do you want this to work on?
I was hoping. I was kind of wanting to find a way to like turn it into a bow and arrow.
Sure.
And see if I could either shoot at the water spout to knock it off course.
Yeah, of course. That's your intent, right?
Or to knock the ship slightly off course by shooting the ship. But I think I'm going to shoot the water spout.
Sure. Yeah, I love that. I think that's fantastic. Okay. So you only have the interest in targeting the water spout right now. That'll decrease the difficulty. And you want it to last until the water spout is gone, right? Or until the water spout is that wolf. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely. And let's see. How powerful do you want it to be? Or are you comfortable leaving that up to chance?
I'm comfortable leaving it up to chance. She wants it to be as powerful it needs to be to bump it out of the way.
Okay. So this is going to be a strength roll. Do you have any tools that will help you with this?
Yes. I want it to be like a magical girl transformation situation.
Go for it.
Where she uses the special metal needle and kind of uses it, like pulls it back like she's drawing a bow. And that's where like the magical line shows up and then the bow materializes.
Okay. Can you roll? Let's see. The needle's a +2 object, right? So we're gonna call that 16 dice then, because no meditation, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. 16 dice.
And that's a D6.
Yep.
Come on, big money.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's success. 7, 8, 9. That's huge success. Excellent. Can you roll 1d100 for me?
Okay. That's a 9.
Okay. Awesome. And you need to take a shot at this thing. It's huge, so it's not hard to hit, but officially and mechanically, you do have to shoot for it. So Can you shoot the water spout for me?
Oh gosh, what's her basic attack?
+2, +4, so +6.
6, okay.
Basic attack roll.
Let's see if the plus sign will work on this computer.
If not, I can do the math.
Oh, that's an 8.
Yeah, that's fine. Water spout is an AC of 8. So, yeah. So you shoot. So you take this needle and you treat it like an arrow to an imaginary bow. And as you pull it back, you see the people around you see like this illusory green bow just arc around you. It looks like the leaves of a tree almost unfolding as you hold this stick, and you pull back the needle, and this brilliant blue light just pulls back next to you, and you release it, and it flies at the water spout as the water spout comes charging, crashing towards us, and it's pulling up to the ship, and it sort of rears its head, and it seems to almost have this personality of like a demonic force inside of it, and it's like gonna try and crush down on this, maybe breaking Kaz's and your pathetic magics, when suddenly this thing hits it, and it looks down, and it almost seems to like bounce up and down a little bit like it's laughing, except then suddenly it dissipates and turns into thousands of little tiny yellow fuzzy balls, yellow-green fuzzy balls, and just like collapses into the ocean, falling down before you.
That happened. She's gonna put that needle back.
Kaz, you've got a moment here where there's freedom to do something, to prepare something for the next onslaught.
Oh man, well,
That's
here's
going
the
to be true
problem.
for everyone, by the way. Everyone's going to have a moment to prepare for the next onslaught, but it's just a moment. Think of it as like one round to do something.
Problem is, I have not a spellcaster, not a full spellcaster.
Mhm.
Who's around me right now?
Yeah, I think that Song is like tying a rope next to the mast. Like there's this constant need for course correction in the storm. You've got to constantly be pushing because like the storm is trying to push you in random directions. You also see a weird thing. Malik and Blade seem to be like fighting like little tiny ghostly lights that are just off the side of the ship. They're like trying to stab them with a rapier each. And Iki is like up in the top, holding on for dear life. They weren't there a second ago. Who knows how they got up there?
Oh gosh. Okay. So would I be able to cast a spell in this interim or just prepare?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Bless on this is hard. Are Juno and Thomas in range?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone on ship is in range for you. You've
Everyone's-
increased the range of your magic with your dust.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Bless on Thomas, Juno, and Song.
Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, Thomas, Juno, and Song are gonna have a D4 on their next sets of rolls. That's always good. Beautiful. Thomas, do you have something that you wanted to prepare?
I think what does the sky look like right now?
I'm gonna go purple.
Okay, what is is it raining? Is there...
Yeah, it's raining. The wind is howling in every direction. It's hard to even tell which way the wind is going, though Oceana seems confident that it's that way, and she like keeps shouting course to starboard 4 degrees, like constantly. She's just pushing little things like that as she shouts. It's purple, it's raining, it's windy, and like every once in a while there's just like this as rain that is made of acid hits the deck.
Oh, great. Are we seeing any kind of like lightning or thunder?
Right now you're hearing thunder. Lightning was there a second ago and probably will come back soon. Every once in a while you see like just a flash of light from behind the clouds.
Okay. Who else is near him in Oceana?
Yeah. Let's see, near you, Kaza has come near you, and Mirko is near you as well. Fuzzball is sort of on the deck, like sort of hugging the deck right now, clearly having just lost their lunch.
Okay. I'm not sure if this is going to do any good. He's just... I think he's ready. Like he's got a lightning lure prepped in case like lightning comes near the ship. He would try to like cast that and like try to divert it from actually hitting the ship. But he's also kind of keeping an eye on everyone near them, just based on what he's heard about, like emotions and flaring up and like stuff like that. He's like ready to drop it and like cast Blade Ward on Oceana if anyone tries to stab her in the back or anything. Like
Sure.
he's aware of the storm, but he's also aware that people on deck are also chess pieces.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's going to become very, very clear, I think, in about a second. We'll find out. Okay, can I get everyone again to make an acrobatics check? Again, I will add that you have a D6 added to this, as well as the D4 if you are blessed.
Okay, is it okay if I do something real quick?
Oh, sorry, yes. So I almost I skipped your turn. Sorry. Please, Faye, you first.
I'm going to cast Intellect Fortress at level 5.
Okay.
When I do that, me and 2 willing creatures I can see within range have resistance to psychic damage, as well as advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. That's really, really great.
So
can you roll a... Yes.
Yeah.
Can you roll a charisma saving throw for me?
Okay. Charisma is so strong. That's an 8.
Plus
Makes it
4.
12.
D4.
No, plus a D4.
It would be plus a D6. Oh, it's plus D4 from Bless.
And then
Right.
plus a 4 from
Plus 4 plus D4.
Okay, so
That
let
could
me
be
roll
enough to
the
get it.
D4.
It's DC 16.
Okay, so that's a 4 plus 4.
That's 16.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Holy
Okay,
shit.
cool. You feel your fur start to flatten in one of your tails. And you glance back and you see like 2 black hairs that weren't there before. But no more. Your intellect fortress goes off without a problem. Can I get acrobatic saving throw? Acrobatics from everyone, please.
Not your volume. Oh, fuck.
Oh, wait. Are we rolling anything extra for that?
Yeah, you have your D6. Do you have your D4?
Right.
It's going up so quickly, I'm having a hard time keeping track. What are we adding to acrobatics?
D6.
And then I have a D4.
I thought there was something else for some reason. It's just a straight roll plus a d6. Yes? No? Anybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
Sorry,
muted
I
the
didn't.
whole time. I apologize. I don't know how I muted that self. I said plus a D6 plus a D4.
Oh, okay.
Bless is going to affect
Because
this.
bless. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck me.
Okay. Nia, you have advantage on this roll. Sorry, you've got this is
Right.
staying upright on a ship.
Okay, so
Okay.
still a 20 math. 22.
22, you're good. Faye, what are you at?
21.
Good, you're good. And Thomas, what are you at?
10.
Okay, you've got disadvantage on whatever you are trying to do to stop the chaos this round.
Cool.
Speaking of which, Thomas, we're going to start with you this time.
Oh, great.
Malik, the dwarf, seems to have stopped fighting the glowing lights and walks straight up to you. And then suddenly, around him, this weird cage of light and darkness appears.
Counterspell.
Yeah. Immediately works. Just snaps away, and he's fine. Successful. Perfect. He looks at you. He smiles broadly, looks up at you, and says, "We are all gonna die."
Cheers.
Yeah.
Does
This is
he?
a rough moment. Go. Sorry, keep going.
No, just I mean he just sounds like he's being like, smile so you don't cry. It's not like he's smiling like he's fucking possessed or something, or somebody else is saying
Roll an
through
insight
him
check.
that we're all gonna fuck. Sorry, I need to stop swearing.
No worries. It's okay. We can hold it.
12.
He is not smiling to get through it. He believes it. There is someone on the boat right now who believes that you're all going to die.
Oh, no. That's bad.
Absolutely the fuck we're not. I mean, for one thing, you think if we all get lost in here, Fabian's not going to come charging the fuck in? I mean, if anything, I'll get his ass up. It'll be that. Come on.
Roll an intimidation check. You're at disadvantage because of your footing. It's hard to be.
It's okay. I'm having a hard time remembering if we actually did you learn more about, like, your companions last time?
You definitely forgot, so feel free to use that advantage here.
I would like to. 19.
Yeah, he looks at you and is like, Fabian ain't got no power here. We're all gonna die.
And if you don't stop fucking saying that, it's gonna be fucking true.
I hate to do this at this moment, but you hear a loud bang, and suddenly Malik falls over. Oceana looks at you, and then sticks her pistol back in her belt. Juno.
Hey.
Fuzzball is sick. He is vomiting all over the place, and he looks at you. Sorry, she looks at you. They look at you. They look at you and like hold out their hands to like say help me or something like that, and then suddenly they just shrink down, and you're looking at like a tiny baby foxfolk.
Okay. I am going to pick him up. Is he still sick? Or are they still sick? Right,
They just look up at you with big eyes and like confusion, and like they kind of don't like the rain, and they're kind of pouting.
Oh, okay. I'll fashion like a thing I can carry a baby in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if people have that thing. I'll just
swaddle or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
a swaddle. I'll just rip it out of one of my skirts, and
Is this something you've done before? Are you used to this?
To carrying a baby.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
But I would like to say, if possible, she would be used to finding curious ways to carry a bunch of books, because she was somebody's gopher at school, and I can see her having to carry everybody's books.
That makes perfect sense. I love it. Absolutely.
So she's going to treat him like a book.
Mm-hmm.
But then, goodness, oh my lord. Okay. And if possible, I'm going to cast. I want to cast enchant. I want to cast suggestion.
Okay.
And I don't know if this will work.
Go for it.
But I want to cast a suggestion and look at baby Fuzzball and say, you are going to be just fine.
Yeah, it doesn't have the willpower to resist that, so 100% that works. Baby just like curls up like in this little swaddling cloth that you've made out of like a book bag or something like that, and just like goes to sleep in the middle of this chaos storm around it, totally clueless. As you are doing that, you all see as a lightning is coming straight for the ship. Just this arc of lightning seems to be moving almost in slow motion. There's this split second where you could react.
Lightning lore. I want to try to like, I don't know, crash into it and send it off course.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you roll a charisma saving throw for me?
Yes.
You get a D6 on this. And a D4. You get both, a D6 and a D4.
That's a natural 20 for a 28, plus 3, so 34.
Yeah. What mysterious and remarkable effect do you want this lightning to have had? It does something beneficial in this case. What do you want it to have done?
Oh, the lightning was trying to help us and I just ruined it? That's awesome.
No. By having your lightning lure was so effective that you can control it into doing something good for you.
If it can, I don't know, be such a bright illuminating flash that everyone on the ship kind of like focuses up for a second.
Yeah, it's so loud and it's so bright that it illuminates the ship as if in daylight. And suddenly, some of these weird little clots of darkness that were around, just floating around the ship, hovering, dissipate entirely. And over the roar of the lightning, you can't hear the roar of the storm. And everyone just sort of shakes their heads, and Oceana's piercing voice just shouts over it. It won't be much longer now. We're almost through. Kaz, as Oceana shouts this, though, Iki falls off the mast, coming down.
Catch. Can I catch?
Physically catch? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Roll an athletics check. Actually, you know what? I think it's a dexterity saving throw first. I apologize. But we'll keep that roll. But roll a dexterity saving throw to get there. And then an athletics check to catch.
Is it plus a d6?
Yeah, plus a d6, plus a d4.
Oh my god. What's the d? I wouldn't get a d4. I'm not blessed.
Oh, you're not blessed? Okay. Yeah, plus a d6. Yeah, that's only 9. So you go diving over there. Does anyone have anything that they could do to help Kaz move faster?
Let's see.
Is the dexterity save to stay balanced?
Oh, yeah, you have advantage.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely, you're on a boat. That's a way to get you up there. That puts you at 16. Yeah, much better. So you get under Iki and just effortlessly catch her as she lands in your arms. And she like looks at you like eyes wide, like very much like, thank you. Can I have everyone roll one more 1d1000 for me, please?
I'm so fucking scared.
Is Malik dead or making
Yes.
death saving? Okay, cool. Not cool, but you know.
61.
1,000.
Ooh.
Fuck, what's gonna happen to us? Sorry.
You got
I really have
1,000
to
on
stop cursing.
1d1000? Are you kidding me? Cool.
No, I'm not kidding at all.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we'll find out what happened. Okay.
I'm so scared.
Oh, Sarah, you just wrote rolling 1,000. You didn't roll 1d1000.
Oh, that's
Oh, thank God. Well, wait, I didn't write rolling. I did not. I did.
You probably did like you forgot the D maybe.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You probably typed just R.
Okay, I
I'm
did
gonna
it again.
hold
It
that
was
actually, 'cause I like
slash
it. I think
R.
it's too cool. I think it's too cool.
1,000.
I'm sorry to say, but I think it's too cool. I'm
Oh
gonna
no,
go with
I
it.
really am scared.
You're not gonna regret it. I promise. You're not gonna regret it. I promise.
I literally did slash R space. Oh, I didn't put the D.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Okay, well, why don't you roll it then? We'll have this happen as another random effect, but it's not negative, so I'm not gonna cheat you out of an awesome positive effect. That's how it feels to me.
Oh no! Now I've opened something up on my computer because Apple's terrible. Oh, 1D. Okay. Sorry.
No worries.
303.
Much more normal roll. The roar of this lightning bolt that has been pulled away and knocked Iki from the perch, but caught, provided a moment of clarity for Oceana and the crew, but it's overridden almost instantly by one of the loudest bangs that you all have ever heard. I need a Constitution saving throw, not just from the three of you, but also from the crew. Again,
How do we do the cruise?
If you have them.
So they would get a +4 from me just for my aura.
So it's 11, and then plus a 1d6 from Faye.
Oh snap!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
It's not going to help because it's a nat 1, but that would be an 8 altogether.
So, oh man.
Okay. I've got it. So let me see. Who would she come to? Hold on, I have to think about this for a second. Okay. Kaz, you hear a voice. What are you doing in the storm?
Helping my friends?
Are you okay? You look like you're all in trouble.
In a little bit, but hey, we're gonna make it.
A cat just like hops down from somewhere and looks up at you. They're orange and let's say very fat for a cat. Quite self-satisfied, way too many fish. And looks up at you and says, "It's okay, we can talk for a second." And you see as time stops around you.
Oh. Okay.
Do you need help?
I mean, yes, but I'm afraid. We're not making a deal, right? This isn't a deal.
You're not a demon, are you?
No, I'm not. I don't think so. No, I'm not, for sure.
Right? Good.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, you're from that country up there. The Kava.
That's the one.
Oh. Do you like your homeland? Yeah, I know what you mean. So, why are you coming here to this storm? Most people kind of avoid this place, you know.
Well, I don't mean to be rude, but who are you?
Oh, my name's Brina. Hi.
Hi. You're a cat?
No, I'm a druid.
Oh, that makes sense.
Why would I be a cat? Oh, I look like a cat.
You do.
No, I'm a gnome.
Oh. Okay. Yes, we are in need of help. We have something to do on Caprina. Help my friend over here. Are you offering?
Sure. I've got nothing better to do. So you're headed into the storm? You want to get deeper? You want to go to the other side, to the eye of the storm where Caprina is?
Yeah.
You know that Caprina kind of sucks, right?
I mean, it's not a vacation.
Cool. Okay. Well, can't do everything, but snap your fingers and I will negate a negative effect.
Well, okay. For how long?
I will negate that effect.
Oh, negate a effect. Okay.
Sound good?
It does.
Stop looking at me suspiciously. I'm a hero, okay? I'm a good person. And anyone who tells you that I committed a genocide is wrong, okay? They are lying and they are wrong. This is false advertising. I did not do that.
I'm sorry, what? I've never heard that before. You did
Great,
what?
excellent. Then don't tell anyone that. People just assume things. Ugh.
Oh, not another war
Gets in a
criminal.
huff and walks straight into the mast and disappears.
Okay.
And suddenly time comes back in. There's a loud resounding boom. All of you fail your constitution saving throws. This is going to cause all of you to lose a round, and wild magic effects are just going to, the storm of reality is just going to rip through things.
A 30 is a failure?
Do you have a 30?
Yeah. Well, actually a 31.
Never mind. You are fine. You are fine.
And a 19 fails.
A 19 fails. It's DC 20. Okay, Kaz, you're up then.
Oh, okay. Oh, what's going on around me?
Yeah. Suddenly a giant insect just seems to form out of a railing. It's about 20 feet long and 5 feet tall. And it just starts buzzing and flapping its giant insect wings and coming towards you with this long sucker like it wants to suck your blood. It's a giant mosquito.
Okay. Well, this seems straightforward. I feel like I should just hit it.
Sure, swing away.
Yeah, I hope that works. With my improved divine smite, it hits. let's see. 18.
An 18 definitely hits.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that like 4 times.
No worries.
Well, it's actually just the first one.
Okay, so that puts you at 16. Do you want to pump in some Divine Smites?
7 plus 9 is 16. I do not.
Okay.
I'm going to save my spell slots, but I do get to attack again.
Please feel free to swing again. 27 definitely hits.
Oh, worm.
20 more damage. Beautiful. So that's 16 plus 20. That's 36. Yeah, you slice the wings off this thing and it falls down. And as it falls down, it seems to dissolve into where it was, where that giant mosquito was. Everywhere that its body falls down, turns into like worms, but like normal sized baby worms, like mealworms. And there's just like this pile of worms there. It's gross. Oh gosh, this is gonna be rough. Okay. Oceana, standing next to Thomas, turns and looks at Thomas. Thomas, you are paralyzed right now. And Oceana sort of looks at her hands, and you see like this thick amethyst ooze pouring out of her hands. And like it's almost like she can't move them so well. She's suddenly like slow, like she's stuck in a pool of molasses, unable to move. Do you want to try to do something? You're paralyzed right now.
Yes. Yes, he's going to use freedom of movement as an invocation.
You're paralyzed. You try to use freedom of movement, but there's nothing that you're doing. It's your mouth won't move, your lips won't move, your eyes won't move. You're just stuck staring at her as this happens. She looks at you and like her mouth opens and she's like, I'm too slow. I'm gonna be too slow to save anyone.
He's just praying to Tandon, like, please help me, help me, help me, help her, help her, help her.
Can you please make a wisdom saving throw?
20.
+4.
Oh.
Plus a d6.
Oh. That's 6.
That puts you at
4.
30.
That's 30.
Suddenly, your mouth, it moves again, and you cast the invocation for freedom of movement, and you see as her hands, she just like pulls them out of the amethyst pouring out of them and shakes them off and looks at you and nods and turns back to the sails. Juno, seaweed curls up the side of the ship.
Oh.
Seaweed that is tough. Seaweed that is not the loose seaweed that we're used to, but something that is designed to force a ship into a cage, force it into imprisonment. The whole ship slowing down. If someone can't get rid of this, you guys are going to be stuck here in the storm for another turn.
Okay.
You're paralyzed. Do you want to try to do something?
Let me see. I'm just looking through what I have.
Of course.
mean, she could try, but doesn't mean that she's going to actually be able to do it.
What would you try?
I think she would try to cast Sunbeam.
Interesting.
Which I chose because after they got rid of the plague, as like inspiration from Kaz, where a beam of light shoots out. That it has to take a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it takes radiant damage. And it says undead and oozes have disadvantage on this saving throw. I don't know if that counts as an ooze.
Yeah. So you're trying to cast this spell, and your hands are like shaking. You're dropping things. Your mouth is stuttering. Your body is stunned. You'll be fine shortly, but this is something that needs your attention now, and there's nothing that you can do.
Dang.
Does anyone have a way to help?
Well, if I snap, is that an effect that it would end?
Sure. Why not?
How close are we to getting through the storm?
Very close.
Okay, I'm gonna snap.
Cat pops back. Yeah?
Can you help with that? That over there?
You're asking a druid to manipulate plants so that they don't affect you negatively?
Yeah.
Clearly you've never had a druid with you before. Sure, no problem. And the cat just sort of walks over to the edge of the ship and looks down and looks up at Juno and says, "Hey, you're pretty cool." And then just hops off the ship. And as hops off the ship, it seems to grow enormously. Just this huge shape into this giant cat. And it just chomps down on some of the seaweed that's gumming up the ship. And this chomps down on another piece of seaweed and another piece of seaweed. And quickly, all the seaweed starts to form in this little tiny ball that this cat is now holding in its mouth. And it seems to like be almost stitching it together in a weird way. And then it just like hops back up onto the deck and shrinks back down as it comes back onto the deck and looks at you, Juno, and looks at Kaz and then looks at you and then coughs. And this little ball of seaweed yarn lands at your feet.
Oh.
And then the cat winks and says, "I'm Brina, by the way," opening its mouth. And then it disappears. And with that, you guys pull through to the other side of the storm. And it's still raining, but all of the colors, all of the lights, all of the disruption in the sky, it's behind you now. And you see before you just a little bit of waterway, and then a city floating on the water, rocking gently back and forth. No buildings that tall. Much of it in disrepair, but a few scattered lights here and there. You're probably the first travelers to be here in a long time. Sawin. You've left the party. You've gotten Mela. And you've gotten Iria.
Mm-hmm.
And you're taking them back to Mela's house for a nightcap.
Yes.
Child Yemis does look at Mela and Iria and glances at you for a second. But roll an insight check for free for me, please.
Oh boy. That's an 8.
Mm-hmm. As far as you can tell, The glance is just like, who's that with them? Oh, a new servant. Move on. You don't know that's what she thinks, but as far as you can tell, that's what she thinks.
Yeah, because like I'm trying not to make eye contact with her. Because like I feel like if I make eye contact with her, the jig's up, and I'd really rather not the jig to be up.
Yep, you're definitely that's a good instinct that you have there. You make the Lady Area lends use of her carriage for the ride back, and you make it back to Mella's house and get them inside. The coughs seem worse than before. Not substantially in some ways, but Mella looks at you and says, I presume you saw what I tried to hide from you?
You were very quick with your hands. You must have been a lockpick in your past life. I did not see, but I assumed.
Yeah. Well, it's a yellow I'm not used to.
Okay. Well, oh, that's right. Tongues last for an hour.
Yeah, she's speaking in Sablingi.
Okay. Yeah, so my goal is once we get back.
It's very weird to hear Sablingi in someone so like wry and low voiced and like you know, it's very weird language for that.
Was like made up as a child, so it sounds like very musical and it rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, yeah. So my goal is we get back to your place. We throw up the thing. Because it'll be much faster for me to travel in my mind than by foot. Not that we necessarily want to take the carriage down to my colleague's place. It is not a place that a counselor and a lady should go.
Sure.
I'll see if she makes a house call. And you will not. Neither one of you will owe her a favor. I will owe her a favor. I owe her a couple anyways.
Okay. Perfect. Yes, you make it there. And how are you getting in touch with her?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like contract her in like the dream space. I'm just gonna think of Masha and see if I can just like quickly get in touch with her because like she's on the clear other side of town. It's gonna take too much time.
Absolutely.
That I don't have.
So I want to do something here, but the only way for me to do it is to metagame for a little bit. So I'm gonna just tell you flat out that in this scene,
yes,
when you come to visit her, either she is there by herself, or she is there and she is busy cleaning and polishing a jade statue that seems to be a copy of herself. Like it's a statue of herself, and it's roughly her size. So either she's by herself or that. I will let you know as soon as I know, but a different game is having an effect on this. So I don't know which one it is.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So either she's polishing a jade statue or she's helping to clean a tree. One or the other. When you show up.
Tree? Her
tree. Yes, her magical tree.
Okay.
And she turns and looks at you as you come in. Dream space. You're excited to talk to everyone, aren't you? Always coming through here, tromping around through people's minds.
I try not to do it as often as you think I do it. But time is of the essence, and I'm on the other side of town. Can you make a house call?
I'm tired.
In for a penny, in for a pound. Like, I wouldn't be here if I didn't need help. And I'm by myself in the city right now. I don't have anything else to lean on.
Oh my god. I have had a very, very long couple of weeks.
Why? What has happened?
I was kidnapped.
Have we really not been in touch for that long?
I was impersonated
Wait, when?
for the last week and a half. I was imprisoned.
Son of a bitch. Ocean. Like I'm saying, like Ocean Swell. Because Lord Ocean Swell has needed. Wait, has he needed her?
Yes. And it worked out perfectly. I hate to say it. It was too funny. For more information, check out The Chosen Few 2 episodes ago, I think. Never mind. Back to the
I have to catch up, so like I don't.
No, don't worry about it. You're not. Jess isn't supposed to know these things. Sawin isn't supposed to know these things.
Ocean Swell lives in my house. I need to know.
That's fair. Yeah. Oh yeah, Ocean Swell. Yeah, he seems fine. You might want to check in on that. And she looks at you and she says, "What's the case?"
So you know that little plague thing that we've had going around that's now gone? Someone figured out a way to turn the plague into a poison, and two very important people against are currently poisoned, and their condition is worsening. I do not know what to do for them.
Hold on, let me speak to someone. And she turns around and you see her mouth moving, and she has a lot of control over the dream space because her mouth is moving and she's clearly talking to someone, but you can't hear what she's saying and you can't see who she's talking to. And she turns back to you and says, "I'm coming."
Thank you.
You're at the old idiot councilwoman's house.
She's not an idiot. But yes, I am there.
Am I saving her stupid butt?
If the same person who put you in the place where I first met you, we are all on the same side.
I'm not saying we're not on the same side. I just don't like her.
I'm not asking for you to like her.
I'm
asking.
Lock up.
I'm asking you to help.
I'm already on my way. You don't have to ask anymore. Yes. I'm on my way. I'm just gonna be kvetchy about it because I've been in prison for a week and a half.
Oh God, I really. See, I made a conscious decision, and I said, "Listen, Sawin. You know, Ocean Swell's grown ass man. He can make the weekly trips to Masha's by himself. He does not need an adult super like conduit supervision." And like yeah, so Sawin's just gonna be like kvetching back, like walking away from her.
I love it. I feel like we should have a bitterness roll off here just to see who like kvetches more. Yeah. You know, who annoys the other one more with their kvetching. I feel like it's a persuasion roll.
Okay. That's a 26.
16. Okay, you're better at it than I am. And yeah, but so it's not that long. It's actually shockingly quickly later that she shows up. Next to her is a with her is a short-ish elven woman who seems to have like a couple of like Masha's bags, and Masha enters and brings this woman in. And says,
and I'm still in the dragon, bearded dragon.
Yeah, of course. And Masha looks at you and says, "Hello,
Keller Riptide, at your service." Here, let me help you
I'm
with the
not gonna
bag.
remember that. I don't care. And she just like blows past and walks in and sees Lady Iria and Councilwoman Stepwise and looks and this'll work. And walks over to Lady Iria and opens her bag and pulls out a moldy banana peel and just puts it on Lady Iria's head. And then looks at Stepwise and puts a moldy banana peel on her head. And then takes out pills and starts chanting. And then takes out a paste. It's like bright pink. She starts rubbing it on each of their faces. And then she takes out like these long tubes, and they're gold and they're bent. And she sticks them up their nostrils. And Sawin, it is at this point, of course, if you haven't already, that you realize that Masha absolutely wants to cure these people, but she also wants to make them look like idiots for just a minute or two for her own like salvaged pride. She's not going to do anything bad to them, but she can't help but do this a little bit because
yeah, Sawa figured it out as soon as she put like moldy banana peels directly on their head. And
it wasn't subtle. And like Stepwise is like, what is the shh?
It's like, so Sawa's gonna say like, let her work, please.
It's part of the cure.
Like,
Stepwise.
well, please. Like Sawa just like beg with both of them, please, just let her do what she needs to do. Like, I'm not like thrilled I had to ask her here.
I don't know of any magic that works like this. You don't know of any magic that works like this? Well, maybe there's magic that is outside your imagination, Madam Stepwise.
Oh, like, yes, so someone's just gonna go, Masha, please.
Right. Fine. And she pulls out a pill and she says, swallow. And she hands it to Iria, and then she pulls out another one and hands it to Stepwise. And this is a friend of mine. You can thank her. She figured this stuff out. Anyway, swallow. And then Masha starts chanting. And an aura just exudes through the room as she does this. And it's like this reminder for just a second that this woman is very much like cracking a joke for her own sake or whatever, but this is a person of power. And as you feel this go through the room, suddenly Mela and Lady Iria start coughing. And like it's a huge cough. And suddenly, like this black smoke just comes out of each of their lungs. And as it's coming, Masha is swirling her hands around, pulling the smoke out, drawing it from their bodies, drawing it from their essences, and very carefully just pulling it and opens this bag and guides the smoke into the bag carefully and then slams it shut. Now, leave on the face mask and the banana peel for the next 3 hours, and all will be fine. Someone? Whatever your damn name is. Whatever. Obviously. Fake name B.
Well, if we have like the dome up, then he's like, yeah, it's Sawa.
Yeah. I
Yes.
was rescued.
I'm very glad.
By a group of people.
Uh-huh.
Now, you know my policy on that.
Yes, I do.
I clearly owe them.
Yes.
Obviously, there is still debt to be worked out between the two of us for past deeds.
Yes, I am well
But
aware. I have not
for
forgotten.
today,
Yes.
I think I would like you
Yes.
to fulfill their request as your favor to me.
And their request. I'm not saying this to shirk duty. I just would like to know.
And I don't know what their request is yet, but I will inform you as soon as I do.
Does this mean I need to show up on a Sunday?
It might. Definitely not this Sunday though, because they're a little behind. Well, maybe I don't know. We'll find out. I'll talk to them, see what we do. Anyway, we're gonna cut back to the boat for a minute. Other side of the storm. Malik dead, and I guess the crew's always been short one, hasn't it? And everyone looking harried and exhausted, staring out at the city. Oceana comes down and walks towards Kaz and walks towards Fuzzball and, of course, walks towards Juno and looks from side to side. We would not have made it out without you.
Well, we didn't all make it out, now did we?
We did much better than I thought we would. And it is a loss, I admit, but that was amazing. I think I speak for the crew when I say that we owe you our lives. There is a debt here. I will not forget it. But if you have need, ask. And she nods and turns around.
Juno looks at Kaz. Also, is Fuzzball still
Yeah.
a baby?
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna check on him.
Mm-hmm. Just sleeping peacefully.
I'm gonna. Juno's just gonna kind of like pet them a little bit and be like, "Well, hey, what'd I say? You were gonna be fine."
Juno, do you remember who Porpor is?
Do I?
No.
No, is it someone we knew before, back in the city?
Yeah, we lost 2 people, not one. Not someone back in the city, someone who worked here on the ship as of not that long ago.
Oh no.
I think that was part of the whatever it was, the magical effect. Everyone's forgotten about him as well.
Sorry.
I tried to save him.
Well, I think that was so much chaos at once, Kaz. I know you tried.
It's not right for him to just be forgotten. like he didn't ever matter, like he didn't ever exist or live. I wouldn't have been able to do this magic circle in such a grand manner had he not enchanted my materials.
Well, maybe this won't help completely, but when we have time, I have paper. You could write as much as you remember of him.
It's the first step.
And we'll just make sure people knew. Okay, it's Juno hug time.
Aw, it is Juno hug time. You did? Go ahead.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that was a whole lot. A whole lot happened. Is Thomas okay?
Thomas, how are you doing? Hard to hear you.
You're muted. You're muted, darling.
He's limped down from the vicinity of the wheel, and he's just kind of like collapsed. He's just like crisscross applesauce on the deck next to Malik, just like.
Juno, if you're okay with it, I'm just gonna. I assumed I picked you up when I hugged.
Let's
carry you over there.
Hug to Thomas.
Yeah.
Before you get there, Oceana just stops by Thomas and just puts a hand on your shoulder. I'll tell Fabian. You don't have to. It's my fault.
No, as much as I hate the idea that his last thoughts were of death and fear, I think if he'd been on the outside watching, he would have wanted it like that.
You're probably right. At least that's what I'll keep telling myself.
I'm sure he has people who are going to want his things. I wish we had.
That's my job, okay? I've got it. I know you knew him from before. I've known him. He, I mean, you know how Fabian is. Fabian, Dad loved me, but he wasn't really a caretaker. Malik's the one that changed my diapers. Never let me forget it either.
No, I always got the impression that you were just lousy with adults of every shape and size and disposition, and I don't know, watching him the last week or so, although I almost find it hard to believe that Fabian asked him to stick around. If he had any reservations about your safety, he wouldn't have handed you the keys, as it were. I think that perhaps Malik decided that he wasn't ready to say goodbye. And so in that respect, I suppose he got what he wanted.
Glad he didn't have to.
Well, never has to when it comes to family.
That's your damn city in the distance over there. I'm gonna go see if we can look from a distance. Your friends are coming over. I'm gonna let them come over and go pretend to look at something that's important.
Do we have any choice other than to put him over the side in fucking demon-infested waters? I really bloody hate this.
I don't think we're going to put him over the side. We're going to take him down and hold him until we get outside of the maelstrom again.
All right. Cheers. I'm so glad you're safe. Thank you for getting us through it.
Thank you for believing in me. Juno, Kaz, come over to Thomas. Little Fuzzball.
And in Little Fuzzball. Is what? Anyways.
You know, assuming we make it out of here in one piece, start a trust fund for that one with what would have been his take of whatever loot she finds. He might just grow up as the richest foxfolk in the Shimmering Seas.
But, you know, the pirate world isn't a place for a kid. Oh. Well, I mean, Oceana turned out okay, but I don't know, they're just so small. I don't think I've ever seen one so small before.
That is certainly the smallest infant of any variety I've ever laid eyes on. Is it like holding a kitten?
I mean, how young are we talking?
2 months.
2 months. Yeah, a little. Does anybody here know how to handle a city full of demons and a baby?
No, but if you hum a few bars, I'll try to keep up.
Well, whatever we need is out there somewhere.
I think Thomas kind of stands up. I think he honestly needs a hand.
Okay.
It's very, very sore. Sailing through chaos and calamity is a young person's game, clearly.
Kaz gives you a hand up.
I think he kind of stumbles over to the side and looks out at the city. And I'm really bad about inserting, like, making sure that I speak up to the little details about him and make sure that all of my headcanons actually make it into the game. But just as, like, an anxiety thing, he's taken to, like, tracing the sigil for Blade Ward on his palm over and over and over, kind of hoping that his patron can, like, feel that connection. And he looks out at the city and says, "I'm coming, Azad."
And that's where we'll end today's episode. Okay. Okay. Let's do this thing. Did we learn anything about Magli, his conspirators, or his plots and plans?
Well, I mean, Masha got kidnapped again. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that's fine sometimes. I think that's an auto point, and I don't think it matters sometimes. I think that things took us to places rather than us going anywhere.
Literally to places.
Yeah, you're telling me. I cannot type. Okay. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Nope, that's the wrong thing. Nope, that's the wrong thing. There we go, that's the right thing. Okay, we've got, what's it called? The second one that I do. Did you express your character's class, species, or background in a meaningful or impactful way? Anyone want to nominate anyone for anything that they did?
I would like to nominate Kaz.
What did Kaz do that stood out to you?
really liked the magic sphere around the boat,
Mm.
but also like catching Eki.
Yeah, that was a good moment. Catching Iggy, I
Like
love it.
a great moment of athleticism.
Yeah. Guys, do you want to nominate anyone for representing their class?
Oh. Well, I definitely want to nominate Juno for those really good and really descriptive moments with the magic of intent.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Juno, do you want to nominate Thomas?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thomas's whole thing, especially the very last conversation between Thomas and Oceana.
Mm-hmm. That was beautiful. And
Yeah.
Thomas, do you want to nominate someone?
Oh yeah, all that bard shit. Going to parties, disguising himself, being all like sneaky and like starting fires surreptitiously.
Bards always end parties somehow.
I love it.
Ba-dum-ting. Excellent. Did you overcome a meaningful obstacle or impediment to your character? Zawin.
Yeah, saving Lady Iria and Mela was a great impediment.
Yeah, I agree. I strongly agree. You just saved them. I'm down. They were both impediments to that task itself.
God.
And absolutely. Sarah playing Thomas, did you overcome something?
I mean, honestly, it's hard to say because this entire session has been so fraught and so stressful. And I know that it's been like physically, but also there were like mental and emotional elements to the maelstrom that just like feels like we've all been put through the ringer.
Then I'm going to nominate you if that's okay. The fact that you, Sarah, and also you, Thomas, were so immediately ready with a counterspell when suddenly imprisonment was on the line, that felt very in character to me. The fact that like someone who has suffered from imprisonment like is just ready to get rid of the imprisonment immediately. So I would like to nominate you for that. That felt like that was like a nice little, very small, very subtle, but deep emotional beat.
Yay.
So
We don't F with cages around here.
Seriously. Kaz, did you overcome something?
Other than surviving the storm, no.
Do you think that surviving the storm is something that you thought you weren't going to be able to do and hence did training for, and then, as a result, overcame something?
Well, yes.
Okay, fair enough. I'm giving you the point. I'm sorry, if you survived a reality storm, I'm not going to allow you to not have a point here. Juno, did you overcome something? He says, having already said that.
I mean, the storm, but also doing the magic of intent with the storm on the fly.
I agree. I thought that was awesome, by the way. Very cool. You turned a literal water spout into tennis balls. It happens. It was a thing. We saw it.
I did pick up that yarn.
Yes, excellent. Okay. Did blah 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 blah. What about your beliefs, people? Yeah, Sawin, did you do your belief?
It's still a work in progress.
Work in progress it is. Excellent. Juno, did you do your belief?
Use the magic of intent to get through the maelstrom. I think so.
I think that is 100% true. Kaz, did you do your belief?
Well, since I specified Thomas and Juno, yes.
Yep, I agree. And last but not least, Thomas, did you do your belief?
Oceana and Kaza are alive.
I'm going to give you credit there. There was risks to both of them. Oceana got some really lucky rolls. She literally got the random magical effect of you gain the ability to teleport. Okay, cool. That's not a problem. She's just gonna take advantage of that. That's fine by me.
I was about to be a mess if he'd had to stand there paralyzed and watch her die right in front of him. I was going to not.
I know that would
be
have
okay.
Been, oh God. That would have been
awful. We haven't done this in a while, but
did you get to know someone better in the team? Sawin, probably not today, unfortunately.
Sawin got Thomas's letter.
Oh, sure. Yeah, Sawin got Thomas's letter. Sure. I'll give you a thing for that. It seems fair.
Take that. He learned that we think we might die, but
yeah. Thomas, did you get to know anyone better? If so, who?
I mean, okay, like, would he have been able to see Kaz talking to this cat?
Sure.
Okay. I think that he's a little surprised that she's open to brokering with mysterious magical creatures after the last couple of months that she's had. But that's good to know that that's not off the table.
You know, sometimes it's not off the table. Kaz, did you get to learn anyone?
I don't think so. It's not focused on that.
Yeah, focused on your own stuff. Excellent. And Juno, did you get to learn more about anyone?
I think
In the
it
party.
was too chaotic.
It was too chaotic. Totally fair. Well, you got to meet Brina. That was fun for me. Probably less meaningful to you, but it was very fun for me. And I'm gonna send a recording of this to someone that I like a lot. And they will judge me on my ability to play Brina.
Over the table, does Brina know Blade as like an NPC or?
Yes.
Okay, I was wondering if it was the same game.
It is. Okay, guys. That was a lot of fun. Hope that you guys had a lot of fun. Hope that you who were watching enjoyed the show. Please take good care of yourselves. Live good and happy lives, at least as best as you can. And as always, don't forget that the most important advice that I can possibly give you is don't forget to call your cat and feed your mom. Bye, everyone.